Hey guys, so I'm doing my review for the new Mission Impossible movie. This film is one that was heavily anticipated by so many people. A lot of people are very excited for this movie. It is one that's very interesting to talk about. I want to talk about its box office because it seems like, and it likely is going to be a very big success. All of Tom Cruise's movies are very successful. His marketing campaigns are very good. Like people go out and see the movies. But I will say for the new Mission Impossible movie, it's funny how little I kind of saw of the marketing for this movie. It felt very much like just word of mouth. You'll hear about it, you'll see it. Because I see a lot of movies and they always play the same ads in front of a lot of movies. Oddly, I've seen a lot of the Marvels, a movie that I feel like is going to bomb. I say that now just because The Flash is out, and that kind of just confirmed that. I saw that trailer so much, and kind of in the back of my mind, I was thinking, this movie might be huge. But honestly, it came out, and I saw it opening night, and I was like, yeah. Like, you just get the vibe from certain films. But basically, with Mission Impossible, the trailers were great. I think I saw a trailer for this before Avatar: The Way of Water, and then most recently, like in front of it was something in April. I mean, I honestly don't even remember. It was like not Super Mario Brothers. It might have been Renfield or something. It was just so odd because it's not playing in front of a ton of releases. Like I think it might have played in front of Transformers. That was the only one I saw where they played like every single blockbuster because Transformers vs. the Beast was very generic. But let's actually get on to the new movie Dead Reckoning Part 1. It very much is a Part 1, because all these movies are like set up to the big payoff. This movie, I'll just get it right out of the way. It was kind of like a 6 out of 10 for me. It was a bit disappointing. It could have been a lot better. I basically thought that it overall, you could tell that Christopher McQuarrie and Tom Cruise put so much into the production of their films. They really try to go for it. They really try and make their movies as great as possible. And I do admire, them for that. Like since Rogue Nation, the Mission Impossible movie, I thought they've been going for really great, beautiful set pieces. That was my introduction to seeing that in the theater. I loved seeing it on a big screen. I thought it was funny. It was fun. That was the most important thing because there is a difference between funny and fun. I think Roger Ebert said something about that in like his review for Tremors. But it's true that, Mission Impossible's kind of mastered that. They're able to make really good action, but also, the movies are funny. They're enjoyable to watch. And there's something to be said about going to see this movie, Mission Impossible, and just like going to have a good time. It really did a a good job with its camera work and with the. I thought at first, it has this kind of very distinct style, like when they do close-ups. And the first Mission Impossible, honestly, had a really good and very memorable kind of cinematic style. It was directed by Brian De Palma, and he did Dutch angles. And I just remember this one shot of Henry Czerny, who's back in this movie at a restaurant. He's back, but in the first movie they show him at a restaurant, and it's kind of like there's fish behind him, and it's just like a very odd Dutch angle. There's a lot of that in this movie, but it feels like a lot of filler, and I only say that because, there's good amounts of action. I really like a lot of, the characters. I like the inclusion, how they're still including Ving Rhames, and, even at this point, Benji, Simon Pegg, he's still, like, he's in this, and then Rebecca Ferguson, and all these other actors who've just kind of, like, appeared over the years. Vanessa Kirby, she's someone I'm, like, kind of on the fence about, just because she plays her character kind of so theatrical. That's fine. That's, like, how you're supposed to be doing it, I guess, in a world like this and films like this. But I just find it kind of, like, annoying, I guess. Like, her character, the White Widow, is just, like, such a plot convenience, it seems like. She's just like, oh, we need to go here. Here's this character. Like, also, Isai Morales' character, I like the idea of his character, but it just was, like, not... it didn't have the kind of depth I really wanted from a character like that. That it has a great concept, by the way. Like, I really like, I would say I like the whole movie, honestly. It was very fun to watch. It just didn't have this level of depth that I feel like we're used to from these movies. And it could have had that depth. And I feel like it really was missing something with its villains. Like, we're probably going to get something in the next one, but it also does something with, like, a villain where it has, like, kind of a... I mean, small spoiler alert here. It has a kind of redemption arc for... Exactly, it's not really a big spoiler, but I didn't like that. And I also didn't like... I'm going to transition into Pam Clementchev's character. I really liked her character, by the way. Like, that was a very odd thing to go to, but I thought she was great. I thought her costume design was great. That kind of made her like Harley Quinn. I loved everything about her character. I just didn't like what they did with her character near the end of the movie. It just felt so like taking it away from what this movie could have been. I honestly feel like this movie could have been so good. It just needed more action too. That's something I didn't think I'd be saying in a Mission Impossible movie. But really, honestly, after John Wick 4 too, the set pieces in this are like kind of like okay. Like the club scene in this to me was like fine, especially compared to the John Wick one. And then you have just this like motorcycle bit at the end with there's even like CGI where if you've seen the real stunt, you kind of know what it looks like, and like it just kind of takes away from it. There's like CG in this at the end. And just the fact that it's like the one motorcycle stunt is like the set piece and it's like 2 hour, 45-minute movie. I mean, come on, they could have had way more things in here. I love Haley Atwell. I love the other new castings. I mean, it's a good like start, honestly, for part one. I love the opening, by the way. It's like a cool Cold War, felt like an 80s movie. I love the opening. But I just really want to see more from part two. Let me know what you guys think, if you agree. If you think that this movie also felt like a bit like just could have had more in it. So let me know. Thanks for watching, guys.